But I do want to continue with the impact drought is having on Oklahoma agriculture. Joining me now is our Courtney May.
Drought can take both a financial and emotional toll on farmers. And that is a story we heard from a panel of ag producers at this year's Weather Symposium.
It's been a rough 4 years for farmers in Oklahoma. Roger Fisher grew up hearing stories of the Dust Bowl and now has an idea of the struggles his family faced.
For 60 days we had temperatures over 100 with winds just howling every day. So that's one of the my most vivid memories of the drought. Getting up and it would still be blowing in the morning, and it's quite discouraging to wake up and the wind still be blowing and dealing with that. It's one thing to hear about it, but to live and to feel it and to live it on the farm is that's very difficult. Also knowing that it affects your livestock and the crops. They just cannot stand up to that kind of adversity.
Fisher was one of 3 producers who spoke at the Ag Weather Symposium, all from different parts of the state, but with similar problems.
2011 was the first year we didn't harvest anything for about 20 years. So it was a difficult lesson to learn, but we started working on efficiencies.
We ended up cutting back by or reducing our herd by about 50% if you combine both 2011 and 2012. And in 2013, we started to restock and have increased to about what I would consider 75% of average.
Our purpose is to produce food for the nation and for the world, as we're told. And so we take that very seriously. So anything that reduces that ability or inhibits that ability is very difficult.
But for every dark cloud, there are some silver linings.
Reduced cattle numbers have helped or been part of a driving factor of increased prices. So today I'm actually probably more profitable with less cows than I was prior to the drought with more cows because of prices. So I see that as a tremendous opportunity.
It's caused us to focus more on maximizing efficiencies, minimizing unneeded inputs that we can do with, and to be adaptive, to be aware of what's going on. We have to be better marketers and make better choices as we go forward for efficiency.
But it's still not easy. Despite recent rainfall, the drought is so devastating. Recovering from it takes time.
It's almost unbelievable. We had 4 to 6 inches of rain in the June-July period there, and we still have dry ponds. We have some ponds with 0 water.
Yet all these farmers share a resilience that keeps them going back to their fields.
Now, while good soaking rains can turn around a farmer's fortune almost immediately, it's a different story with cattle. When pastures dried up in 2011, many ranchers sold off more cattle than they might have otherwise, and it takes a while to build back a herd.
So what could that mean then for consumers?
Well, if you grilled steaks or hot dogs this summer, you might have noticed that prices increased. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, beef and pork prices have climbed more than 11% since last summer.
All right. Thank you so much, Courtney.
You're welcome, Rob.
Now, when we return, we'll look at drought from a historical perspective.